friend, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a all wax trash talk to share with you. You're going to notice two main themes, lots of balsam fir and then lots of me focusing on the oldest winter scents that I have in my collection. In a surprising twist, I'm going to go ahead and start with items that I am actually decluttering from my wax collection. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first one that I am saying goodbye to comes from Rainbow Melts, which is pretty historic for me since I do love the performance and many of the scents I've gotten from Rainbow Melts. But I have this Mistletoe Breeze, which came out in a sampler set from 2019. It has fresh, crisp mistletoe and downy, clean breeze. I gave this a try because I thought the mistletoe, like balsam furnace, would overpower the downy fabric softener scent. It does not. And I do not like the smell of downy in wax. I don't mind it when it's actually being used in a washer, but for some reason on wax, I just find it to be very overpowering and very artificial, and I just don't love it. So I did half of this. I tend to cut her samplers into halves, and it just was too much downy for me. I'm not someone who really does a lot of wax mixing, so I'm not gonna go ahead and fuss to try to downplay the downy note, because I feel like similar to like Fruit Loops, for example, that oil is a very dominant scent, so it's really hard to like dull it down or shake it up a little bit. So just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I have such a surplus of wax, I don't need to force myself to use scents I don't really like. In that same vein, I'm getting rid of two that I've literally had for years and I just don't like the scents. One comes from Scentsy, it's Christmas Cottage, and the other one is from Better Homes, it's Cinnamon and Spice. These are both just red hot cinnamon scents. There is nothing else in them to offset it. I really don't like red hot cinnamon as a scent either. I mean, I tried to make it work with the Scentsy one and I just couldn't stand it. And then I have this one that I've never even opened, and like you can see, this wax is gotta at least be 4 or 5 years old. It's not getting melted. I don't want to fuss for it. I always pass it over when choosing my wax, so I'm just letting it go. The final one I'm decluttering, I am actually sad about. It is the I Am Groot Scoopable Wax from Rich Cookie Soap. I am getting rid of this because it just has gone off. It doesn't smell good texturally. It doesn't feel the same. The real reason this didn't get fully used, I love the scent of it when I had it fresh. I don't like wax that you have to scoop. It's just is not my idea of a good time. I don't even really like having to cut wax, if I'm being honest. I will do it once I have like a big surplus. It doesn't take me very long. It's not a lot of effort, but it's just an annoying thing. It's just something that I don't love to do. And scooping goes into that category. You guys rarely see me have scoopable wax. I only have this because it came in a monthly box when I was doing their monthly service. And again, loved the scent, but didn't like the platform. So that's why this ended up going off on me. And it's unfortunate because it was a good scent. All right, let's go ahead and move into clamshells. You're gonna notice a lot of clamshells. Basically, when I was going about approaching my like winter wax this year, I knew I wasn't gonna be doing a lot of candle burning because I had just learned that sooty candles don't do well with white kitchen cabinets. So even though I still have candles and I'm sure I will eventually like burn them or use them in some way, I thought I would focus on my wax. So I went all in on balsam fir scents. We'll start with 3 that I have from Glade. I have the Enchanted Evergreen Sparkling Fir Balsam and Hollyberry. This is the one they did with the Nutcracker and the Four Realms collaboration. P.S. That was a really weird movie. And then I have 2 of just the Timeless Joy. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you like the smell of balsam fir, just buy Glade. Like, don't even bother with other like Sensational or Better Homes and Gardens. You don't really need to. They have a great performance. You get pretty decent cubes in here. They're not the most long lasting, like they're not super tarts. They're not Bathing Garden, but for the price point and for the type of scent, like it's just the kind of scent I like. I prefer balsam fir. I become a Christmas tree in the months of basically December and January, and I love it. And so I'm really glad I melted these 3 because I'd had them for quite some time. I also dove into 2 older balsam fir base scents that I have. Continuing on with Better Homes and Gardens, I started to pull out one of my older balsam fir scents, and bear with me here because this is Sweet Roasted Chestnuts, which does not sound at all like a balsam fir scent, but on cold, that's what it is. It's like basically a spicy, like it's got clear Christmas spice balsam fir notes in here. It was magical. It was freaking intense, like almost headache inducing. And I was only doing like a single cube of this and it lasted a really long time. I'm very surprised by this because according to the little packaging here, it says limited edition 2014. So she real old, but yet it performed beautifully. I really did enjoy it and it met my balsam fir desires. I also chose to use crisp frosted fir. Again, just a balsam fir scent. I don't find like Better Homes and Gardens puts out a lot of balsam fir scents that they like name different things, but once it's warmed up and melted, it doesn't really smell like more than balsam fir. This on cold had a little bit of like a men's cologne balsam fir type note, but still balsam fir. Did enjoy it. Good performance on these. So like I said, like this is why I feel like you don't need to go buy like Bath and Body Works candles or buy really high price, like even Super Tarts balsam fir wax, because you can get it from Walmart and it's good performance and it smells nice. And it's pretty reasonable in its price point. So I'm a big fan of this type of scent from the Walmart brands. Rounding off from the clamshell department, the balsam fir scents I have 2 of the fruit combo collection. So in winter of 2020, they came out with a whole like line of balsam fir mixed with different fruits. I was here for it and I melted 2 of them. I have cherry and balsam. This one was really surprising. I don't know what it is, but that combo is great. The cherry does not read medicine cherry. It just reads like almost like a wine cherry with the balsam fir. I really enjoyed this on the melt experience. I was surprised by it. I thought it was a really captivating and unique scent. I think I might, maybe lying, I may have a second one of this. If I don't, very sad. I actually didn't see any type of like special limited edition or holiday edition wax come through my Walmart this past winter, which was kind of depressing. Maybe I just missed it because I waited until like mid-November, December to go looking. And I don't remember when I came across this line. It was in the holiday. Well, I lied. I distinctly recall it being a part of the like holiday line aisle that they had at Walmart, and normally they don't have wax there, so I don't know what was going on with that, but this one was great. If you can find it, I totally recommend it. Very unique, very enjoyable scent. Other one I do have a second one of, it's sweet orange and pine. This one, that citrus note, it reminds me of the Christmas wreath hand soap that I really liked from Bath and Body Works this year. Very delightful. The citrus does hold its own when warmed up. You still get a very clear like balsam fir note with it, but it's a little bit different. It's a little bit distinctive compared to just straight balsam fir. I did like this. I'm happy I have a second one. I might melt it this year since I'm still very much in the throes of balsam fir obsession. Totally out of the woods here. I have one that's not balsam fir, not even wintry. It is white Tahitian woods. I had a few mixed in that were just not seasonally appropriate, but were on the older side. So I figured I would just go ahead and use this one in my bedroom. This was so nice. It's just basically like a coconut floral. Really enjoyed it. It was great for my bedroom in particular. It was like a very soft, calming scent, which I sometimes need to be soft and calm before I go to bed at night. So this was really enjoyable. And I just really love my Better Homes and Gardens wax and my sensational wax from Walmart. I do have a pretty healthy stock of it, which is why you see so much of it here, because for a while I was just focusing on vendor wax instead, but I wanted to kind of hone in on the clamshells. And I'm very proud of myself for finishing off as many clamshells as I have. To finish us off, I've got a few bag wax items. So I've got one from Waxmosphere. They, at like the height of my vendor buying experience, I was buying a lot of advent calendars and they had a really fun one. They were doing the 12 days of Christmas, like the actual song. I will say the wax isn't the greatest performer, even before it was old like it is right now. I don't think the performance was amazing and I haven't gone back for more, but I really wanted to finish off the few that I had remaining. So I have 4 calling birds, which was orange and cranberries with clove, cinnamon, vanilla, and a dash of ginger. The orange to me, it was basically kind of like a much more subdued version of the orange and balsam fir from Better Homes and Gardens. Performance was just okay, like I mentioned, nothing to write home about, probably won't buy their wax again. Then from Rainbow Melts, I have ho ho ho, which is gingerbread cookies, brown sugar, cream cheese, icing. And this came in that same sampler we had talked about in 2019. This was nice. It had like a really pleasant like gingerbread cookie type of scent with some icing on it. It wasn't as long lasting as I expected it to be, but I was using it downstairs in my open concept living room, kitchen, dining room area. So it's a big space to fill, and I was only using half of the sample. I think maybe if I had used the full thing, it would have been a little bit stronger, but happy to have used it. And the final two bags come to us from She Loves Cake, both of which are from the Harry Potter box. So I have Harry Potter, which is almond cookies, chocolate caramel, mocha latte. These are from 2018. So we're really talking about old wax here, but surprisingly, both of these bags that I have perform pretty decently. This scent, I liked it. I think the latte caught me by surprise. I wouldn't say I'm a big coffee person, but I found the like iced coffee note of this to be really pleasant, enjoyed it, and it had decent performance for being as old as it is. And the second one is Draco Malfoy, which in hindsight, I don't know why Draco has this combination of scents. It's vanilla cake, vanilla custard, vanilla cream frosting. Those are all very like sweet scents to me, and I wouldn't consider him by any stretch of the imagination a sweet character, but this was just okay. Performance of this wasn't great. It had very little scent throw and it didn't last very long. I don't fully fault it because again, it was 2018. It's currently 2022, so it's quite old. I definitely will say that probably in the next round of Wax Trash Talk, you'll see more of these bags. I'm trying really hard to focus in on them in particular, since I did have that one sad scentless experience. And even this one, I wouldn't say was amazing for performance. These are just getting far too old and I can't let them linger any longer, or they will eventually just die off and not have any performance at all, which will be so sad. So look forward to seeing probably more of these baggies in the next Trash Talk. All right, my friend, so there you have it. Those are all of the items that I have finished off, particularly in wax. I have really tried to hold off buying any wax and instead just really using up what I have in my collection. I'm really happy to have made such a solid dent here, especially with bags and clamshells, which are the hardest ones to melt through since they have such a sheer volume of wax, and I'm hoping that I can keep being successful. With COVID right now the way it is, we don't really go anywhere. We're home a lot. If I'm not at school or the gym or the doctor's office, then we are home just hanging out. So I'm getting a lot of use out of my wax, which is great to see. I hope that you enjoyed hearing all of my thoughts on these particular waxy items, and I'll talk to you in my next video real soon.